Armenia under attack. Primate visits St. Paul, Fresno. Ordains deacons and acolytes. St. Paul deacons receive Archbishop awards for 4 decades of service. Revisiting the history of St. Paul Armenian Church. Armenian Cultural Festival in Rancho, Mirage. According to the Defense Ministry of the Republic of Armenia, on November 16th at around 1 p.m., the units of Azerbaijan forces using artillery, armored vehicles, and firearms of various calibers attacked the territorial sovereignty and integrity of the Republic of Armenia, targeting Armenian positions located on the eastern border. There are casualties and Armenian soldiers have been taken hostage. We call on the international community to express clear and targeted responses to these actions of Azerbaijan and undertake effective steps aimed at its prevention and unconditional withdrawal of Azerbaijani armed forces from the territory of the Republic of Armenia. A statement issued by the Mother See of Holy Echmiadzin urges the international community, leaders of ecumenical councils, as well as religious leaders of sister churches to speak out against the Azeri military aggression, demanding an immediate halt and withdrawal from the Republic of Armenia. Armenians in the diaspora are asked to contact their government officials, demanding urgent action against the Azeri aggression. As of 10 a.m. on November 17th, the situation in the eastern border zone of the Republic of Armenia is relatively stable. The ceasefire agreement is generally observed. It's been a long week since the last 168. Did you miss us?
He's got the better for Radish and Taylor waiting in the middle towards Taylor. Unbelievable miss.
What?
Well played Alves and Cocoon. And Choupo-Moting has stopped it.
What?
That's fine. Don't get jumpy. The year is 1982. The average cost of a gallon of gas is 91 cents. Doctors performed the first implant of a permanent artificial heart designed by Robert Jarvik, and Italy wins the 1982 FIFA World Cup in Spain. In that same year, Professor Deacon Barlow Dermagadichan and Deacon Steve Adams, devout parishioners of St. Paul Armenian Church of Fresno, embark on a journey of selfless service in the Armenian Church. On Sunday, November 14th, our diocesan primate, Archbishop Hovnan Derderian, paid a pastoral visit to St. Paul in Fresno, where he celebrated the Divine Liturgy and delivered the sermon. His Eminence ordained altar server Stigran Iskenyan to the diaconate, while altar servers Gerard Pedros and Nazar Iskenyan were granted 4 minor orders of acolyte by the diocesan primate. Archbishop Derderian recognized and honored Deacon Barlow Dermagadichan and Deacon Steve Adams with the Archbishop's Award for their decades of selfless service rendered not only to the St. Paul Parish, but equally on the diocesan levels. Father Yesai Bedros, the pastor, was commended for the pastoral leadership and for guiding his entrusted flock with unwavering steadfastness. We stay in Fresno for our parish of the week. The first Badarak was celebrated in Fresno in 1895 in the German church at F and California Streets by Father Aharon Vartapet Melkonian. The roots of the St. Paul parish date back to the Second Armenian Church, consecrated in the Western Hemisphere in the name of Holy Trinity by Bishop Hovsep Sarajian at F and Monterey Streets on October 14, 1900. In 1933, the apostolic community of Fresno, caught up in turmoil, became divided like many other communities across the United States. Thus, in 1940, those loyal to the Mother See left Holy Trinity and petitioned diocesan authorities for approval of establishing a new parish to be named St. Paul. In July 1943, the parish purchased $5,000 the first Armenian Presbyterian church at Fulton and Santa Clara Streets, built in 1900. It was consecrated in 1943 by the primate at the time, Bishop Mampre Kalfayan. Soon, the parishioners felt the need for larger facilities. The First Baptist Church at N and Merced Streets was purchased for $75,000. Modifications of the sanctuary and construction of an Armenian-style belfry readied it for consecration in 1954. It was consecrated on January 24, 1954 by the Primate of the Eastern Diocese, Archbishop Tiran Nersoyan, Archbishop Vartan Kasparian, and the Primate of the Western Diocese, the Very Reverend Father Shenokh Tsaraguin Vartapet Kalustian. As the community grew and the congregation moved north, the parcel of the present site at First and Dakota was acquired and consecration began in phases. With dedication of the High Barbarian Hall named for the major benefactor in 1977. The church of traditional Armenian style was completed in 1979. It was consecrated on April 22, 1979 by the diocesan primate at the time, Archbishop Vache Hovsepian and Archbishop Tiran Nersoyan. The following interim priests served at the Fresno parish. Father Nerses Odian served as the first permanent priest from 1947 to 1957. The following clergy served as parish priests. Dajar, published monthly, was inaugurated during Father Nerses Odian's tenure. St. Paul had the distinction of being the diocesan cathedral from 1943 to 1958, prior to the transfer of the diocesan headquarters to Los Angeles. The city of Palm Springs, home to luxurious golf courses, world-class entertainments and tennis tournaments, as well as our very own St. Garabet Armenian Church of the Desert. Last Saturday and Sunday, thousands attended the 13th Annual Armenian Cultural Festival. Organized by the Parish Council under the leadership of Deacon Gevor Gevorkian, deacon in charge and pastor of the parish, the attendees shopped dozens of vendors, took part in a guided tour by Father Vazgen Movsesian, and were treated to the finest in Armenian dining, music, and entertainment provided by the Gevorkian Dance Ensemble. That does it for this edition of the 168. This is Sergey Arustamyan signing off. Stay safe and take care.